Okay, this video is going to show you how to go from not having a website to having a website that runs on WordPress, and just about as fast as I can go. But it'll show you where to click and where to go and how to install WordPress, which is the content management system that I recommend using for your first couple websites, for your basic type websites. So the first thing we need is a domain name. So this is, hostmonster.com. This is the name of your website. So so many domain names are already in use, obviously, so it's a question of how do you find one that's free. And I'm going to recommend a tool called nameboy.com. So let me just type it in here. Nameboy.com, and what that lets you do is put in keywords that you search for, and it will tell you what domain names that have those keywords are still open, and then you can go back to your hosting company and buy one. So let's stick with the example of Pez dispensers or Pez collector. So let's put in Pez dispensers. So we do a search, and we see obviously Pez is totally taken. Dispez, that's a little bit weird, so that is not taken. Dispensers, Pez, those are all not taken. Pez dispensers, that's a good one. So we can get pezdispensers.org or pezdispensers.info. So maybe let's try a different one. Let's try Pez collector. Let's see, collector Pez, these are all open. Another trick is you can see, you can add something like HQ or web or something like that, or you can do hyphens. So do some searching, find a domain name that's open, and then what I recommend is that you register your domain name using the same company that you are going to use for hosting. So the company that I use is called HostMonster, and that's what I'm going to be using to walk you through this, but there are thousands and thousands of other hosting companies out there, and they all do things a little differently. So this may not look the same for you if you're using a different hosting company, but there are a lot of similarities, so this should help hopefully. So here you can use the domain check to see if a name is still open. So let's say Pez collector hq.com. Let's see if that's available. Boom, it's available. Okay, let's do that one. So now what you would do is register, sign up, pay for the domain name. That's going to be 10 to 15 bucks. Pay for a hosting package, and a hosting package is the service that allows you to, your web host is what stores the software that is your website or your blog and sends it to visitors who come to your site. So you don't have to be sending it directly from your computer. It's a service that most websites these days use. So once you've signed up for that, then you're going to log into what's called the control panel of your host. So since I already have an existing account, I'm just going to log in here to that existing account. And once you have your account, you would just log in at this same place. And here we're in what's called the control panel. So this is really the guts, the back end of your website. This is what lets you control all of the technical settings. It will let you create email accounts for your website. This is what you'd use to create an email account. It lets you, set up spam filters, change the database, a lot of different things. But if we have a new domain and we have a new hosting service, the first thing that we're going to do is install WordPress, which is the guts of the site. So just go down here to website builders. Sometimes in other places it's called scripts or simple scripts, and then just click WordPress. And usually you can just click through the default things. So start a new installation of WordPress. I have many different sites up on my hosting, but we're going to use dcgifts.net as sort of our testing sandbox site. So click check domain. And I've already actually installed something on this site just as a test, so I'm going to have to click that, we're overwriting the existing files that are there, but that wouldn't be happening for you if you're doing it as a fresh install, so don't worry about that. Advanced options, I click that, so this is where you set the name of your site, so we're going to call our site DC Gifts. The admin username, this can just be your name, maybe let's put it Will Ward, something simple. It's going to auto-suggest a strong password for you, but if you want to change your password, you can do it here. And then the admin email address, this is where you're going to get all the notifications about purchases from your site or comments or anything like that. So make sure it's an email that works and is good for you. So accept, install. And now this usually takes a few minutes to install WordPress. So while that's going, let's just take a minute to go over what is WordPress and why we're using it. So WordPress is what's called a content management system, or CMS. There are a lot of different ones, but WordPress is by far the most popular. I think it accounts for a double-digit percentage of all the sites on the internet. And it is by far, many times bigger than its next smallest competitors. So what that means is there are thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of people who can help you when you have a problem. There's excellent tech support. There are many companies that make themes, which are what controls the look and feel of your site. And WordPress is also just a very user-friendly way to publish things online, and it's very flexible. So you can make it look pretty much like anything. You can make it look like a blog. You can make it look like a newspaper. You can make it look like a store. You can make it look like a formal corporate website. There's just really no limit to what you can make it look like. So it's flexible. There are many people that can help support it, and the best part is that it's totally free. So a lot of add-ons you pay money, but the actual base WordPress site is totally free, that software. So this is finished now, so we can go take a look at it. So if we go to dcgifts.net, and here we have just a completely new, nothing on it, fresh install of WordPress. So WordPress has really just at its base just two different components. So let's check out a different WordPress site. So Brain Pickings, this is a blog that I like to read sometimes. So it's made using WordPress, and as you can see, as you go down the page, you just see a list of posts. And here's the new post, and these posts are in a reverse chronological order. Newest first, and then just going back through time till the very beginning of the blog if you go all the way down. So that's really the core function of WordPress, to let you post articles that follow this format. So these posts, that's component number one, and component number two are what's called pages. So over here, she has her pages. So almost every website has an about page, support, contact, you can make it whatever you want, but these are what are called static pages. So these always stay here as links because they're the kind of supports to your site, and then if you go back to the main site, you see this, go back to this list of blog posts. So WordPress main components are posts and pages, and that's going to be the same. So you see here, hello world. That's the name of our first post. That's just kind of a test post. And then down here there are some kind of admin things, categories. You can put your posts in categories. That's a basic function of WordPress. But as you can see, this doesn't look designed at all. It's just a completely naked first first draft of your site.